A very good morning to all of you, my dear students. I am Rakesh Kumar, TGT Social Science, PG Senior Secondary School, Captainganj, Kushinagar. Today, we are going to study a new chapter of economics of class 9th. This chapter is the story of village Palampur, or you can say it the factor of production. In the chapter, we are going to study how the people who are living in rural area produce their goods and how they are living by the help of you can say by the help of an imaginary village we are going to study. So at first we should know that the overview of the village Palampur. I have informed you student, Palampur is a hypothetical village somewhere in India, and we should know that this village is just like our village. Means Palampur you can say is our village. It is just like our village. All the things which are available. So it is, you can say, you can imagine it is our village. But one name should be there. That is why they have given the name of the village as Palampur. So in this chapter what we have to study, let us see. This chapter introduces some basic concept relating to production through a story of a hypothetical village, that is Palampur. And here in the Palampur, the people used to farming as their chief activity, economical activity. But beside farming, some more activities should do by the people. Several other activities such as small scale manufacturing, dairy farming, transport etc. are carried out on a limited scale, and Palampur is well connected with neighboring villages and towns. Raiganj, a big village, is 3 kilometers away from the Palampur. It is given here. And all-weather road. All-weather road means the road which can be used in the all seasons. All-weather road connect the village to Raiganj and further on the nearest small town of Shahpur. Many kind of transport can be seen on this road, such as bullock cart, tanga, buggy, and they used to transport the very primitive materials like jaggery, that is good, and other commodities, motorcycle, jeep, tractor and trucks also you can see on the roads. The village has about 450 families. We are talking about the peoples of the village. It contains 450 families belonging to several different castes. The 80 upper caste families own the majority of land in the village. Here we should know that one pie chart should be there. The the 80 families who belong to upper class have approximately majority of the land of the village, and their houses some of them quite large, are made up of brick with cement plastering. And now the Dalit, you can say, area siege comprise 1/3 of population. So Dalit people we can say them SCs also. They have 1/3 in number, and they are living in one side or one corner of the village. They have smaller houses, some of which are mud and straw. Most of the houses have electric connections. Electricity powers all the tubewell in the field, is used in various type of small business. And Palampur have two primary school and one high school. There is a primary health center which is run by the government, and one private dispensary where the sick are treated. Students, we can see approximately all the facilities which are available in our rural area are available in the village Palampur also. That is why I am saying this thing, that you should imagine that Palampur is your own village. That is why we are going to study the story of a typical Indian village. And the village across India, farming is the main production activity. The other production activity is referred to the non-farm activities. Means here we are going to study basically two types of activities. That is, first, farming, that is the main activity in the village area, and second, non-farming activity. So on the basis of these two activities, we are going to study about the farming and non-farming activities which are going on in our rural area. So the main aim of production is we are going to study about the production. So the main aim of production is to produce the goods and services that we want. There are four requirements for production on goods and services. These four requirements are given here. Here we can say study. The first requirement is land and other natural resources such as water, forest and minerals. The second is labor, that is people who will do work. Some production activities require highly educated workers to perform the necessary task. Other activities require workers who can do manual work. Now one more thing is very important, that is we have studied land and labor. Now we are going to study about the capital. Capital means, you can say, something related to money. So that is variety of input required at every stage during production. Items that come under and capital is of two types: physical capital and human capital. So at first we are going to study about the physical capital. Physical capital means the very input of required at every stage during the production item that come under physical capital. And in the physical capital, tool, machine and building. Tools and machines are range from very simple tools such as farmers. Tools and machines range from very simple tools such as farmers plow to sophisticated machines such as generator, combine harvester, turbine, computer, etc. Tool, machines and building can be used in production over many years and are called fixed capital. So when the question comes, What is fixed capital? What is fixed capital? So you have to write this point. Now second, raw material, money in hand. Raw material and money in hand are called working capital. Working capital, unlike tools, machine and building, these are used up in production. So that is working capital. For the production of cloth, you can take example, the yarn used by the weaver and the clay used by the potter. Also some money is always required during the production to make payments and other phenomena for the production activities. These are known as the working capital. Now human capital. Human capital means the human being. Human capital is the knowledge and the enterprise to be able to put together land, labor and physical capital and produce an output, either to use yourself or to sell in the market. So this is human capital, and this is the most important thing, because human being is the only being on the planet which are capable to convert resources into useful thing. So that is why human capital is a very important thing. Now every production is organized by combining land, labor, physical capital and human labor or human capital, which are known as factors of production. So what are factors of production? If this question come, so you have to write, every production is organized by combining land, labor, physical capital and human capital. They are known as factors of production. Now we should also understand that in our villages, just like Palampur or any village, farming is the main occupation of the people. Farming is the main production activity in the Palampur also. About 75% of people who are working are dependent on farming for their livelihood. They could be farmers of farm laborers, or the farmers of their own land. The well-being of other people is closely related to production in the farms. However, there is a basic contrast in raising farm production. Land area under cultivation is practically fixed. So here we should know that land is fixed. How? Because we have no technology to increase the land area. It is fixed, and you should know that since 1960, why this time is given here, after this time there is no increment in the land takes place in our India. In Palampur there has been no expansion in land area under cultivation. There exists no further scope to increase farm production by bringing new land under cultivation, because the most land enhancement takes place before the 1960. During the we should note that how many types of crops are produced by the farmers. So there are mainly two types of cropping season in our nation. During the rainy season, Kharif, farmers are working Kharif crops are growing here, just like jowar, bajra. The plants are used to bajra, jowar, you know well, they are cattle feed. And we should know that one more season is there, that is Rabi season. Rabi season means the crops which are grown with the wheat are came into the Rabi season. So now we should know that how the farmers can increase their production. So there are some methods. The first is multiple cropping. This is also very important for you. The most important way to increase production from the same land is known as multiple cropping. During the rainy season, I have informed you, Kharif farmers can grow jowar and bajra. These plants can be used as cattle feed. It can be followed by cultivation of potato between October and December. And in the winter season, that is Rabi season, I have informed you, the crops which are grown with wheat are known as Rabi crop, such as pea, gram, mustard. These are grown by the farmers, and the excessive materials which are produced by the farmers can be sold by them, and the Food Corporation of India, that is Food FCI, purchase their products from the farm. Now we should know that what changes takes place after the introduction of electricity in the village Palampur. So there are three major changes takes place. The first one is the due to electricity, the Persian wheel run by the animals were replaced by the modern tube wells. Now farmers are able to irrigate more crops in less time. The second is the modern tube wells can irrigate much larger area of land in a more efficient manner. Now electricity has also played an important role in the modernization of agriculture, as farms started using the threshers and other machines. Now we should see one more thing, that is green revolution. So before the 1960s, in our nation India, only very simple methods were used by the farmers to produce the crop. Now during 1960s, a revolution takes place in India, that is green revolution, that was under the Dr. M.S. Swaminathan, who introduced the green revolution. And the chief features of green revolution were, the first one is the usage of high yielding variety seed, HYV seed, and this resulted more production. And you should know that HYV seed require more water, that is why the irrigation facilities have also introduced in India, better irrigation facilities, especially in Punjab and Haryana. And one more thing, they also require fertilizers and modern pesticide, insecticide, etc. So due to introduction of green revolution, three major changes have taken place: introduction of HYV seed, introduction of modern method of irrigation and machines in the field, and third, introduction of chemical fertilizer, pesticide, insecticide, etc. And due to input of these things, the production multiplied, and the farmers which were earlier growing 1300 kg per hectare of wheat, now they are able to grow 3200 kg per hectare of wheat in our nation. Now we are going to study about the non-farm activities in the Palampur. So you can see in your neighboring village or in your own village, there are many type of shopkeeper. The person who are selling dairy products, the person who are engaged in small scale manufacturing, and the people who are engaged in transport activities. All these acting as non-farm laborers, and they are performing. So this was the chapter, dear students. Now we are going to complete the chapter, and after completion this chapter, you should do the exercises whatever given in your book, which no matter which book you have, and try to complete the exercises. I'll give you some written questions also. Thank you. Have a nice day.